Good morning, stamping friends. This is Jenny from Celebrate the Journey. I'm here on Crazy Crafters today. We're going to have a whole day of waves of inspiration. So I'll give everybody some time to pop on. Hi, Jamie. It's good. Glad you joined us. If you're here today, leave me a message and then we'll know that you joined us. Speaking of which, while we're waiting here, let me find something. Oh my goodness, let's see. Here we go. This is one of those days that I have so much to share that I'm scatterbrained. But that's okay. So we wanted to, good morning, Cindy and Anne and Claudia. Thanks for joining us this morning. We wanted to share waves of inspiration or waves of the ocean, depending on which part of the suite or bundle that you choose. And we all have different styles and techniques and things that we like. Good morning, Linda from Sun City. Thanks for joining us. And some of us will be using just strictly this set, and some of us will be pairing it with other sets. The thing that's cool about this one, well, several things that's cool about this set, is it coordinates with so many of our other sets. It coordinates with the high tide. It coordinates with the friends are like seashells. I did it yesterday and created a springtime card with the products from this suite. It has nothing to do with the ocean, but the paper worked perfectly for some beautiful little trees. So there's so many ways that you can use this set. If you don't like the ocean, you probably will still like the paper. And I think that's an important part. I saw, remember the stamp, let's see, cut, stack, and shuffle cards? I saw a card made with that today with the paper, and it was stunning, but it had nothing to do with the ocean or the beach. It was just a beautiful card. So let's get started. This is the stamp set. It has coordinating dies that will cut out some waves of the ocean. It'll cut out the little pelican, and then some labels to cut out the sentiments, and some little birds, and some beautiful clouds. So lots of things that we'll use this stamp set for. It also comes with paper. The foil paper is stunning. I ordered quite a bit of this because I intend to use it for Christmas. Can't you see? I'm sorry, you can see the light there. It's just shining right on this paper. It's kind of crazy. And then you can see my mirror. But I can see this as beautiful little Christmas cards. Now, the thing you need to know about this is when this paper is gone, it's gone. It won't come back. So if you want some, you need to order it before it disappears. The stamp set and the dies will stick around, but the paper will disappear. So we have the pretty ocean, oily paper. I've cut this up so much. Isn't that pretty? There's another. I love the paper. I hope you'll take time to watch the video on how they made this paper with oils and acrylics and all kinds of cool things. And let's see. So Night of Navy, Pacific Point, Granny Apple Green, soft succulent, all those colors. And then the back side of the paper is how I made the pretty card with the trees, because I just used this paper and cut the top of the trees out. So you could use these more generic papers here. Oh, that's pretty, isn't it? It's all pretty. I can't wait to use the rest of it. And then these are the so now that I've shared that with you, I also want to share this with you. This is part of the suite, the Rhinestone Waves Basic Jewels. These also will not be returning. They will be while products last. And they come in, oh, soft succulent. I think that's like Granny Apple or Pear Pizzazz, Coastal Cabana, maybe Balmy Blue, and Night of Navy. So these would be great for Christmas also, or Easter, or spring, or summer. 4 of us are presenting today, so we will be doing 4 door prizes, prize patrols for you to win some rhinestone jewels. It's easy for you to win. All you have to do is leave us a comment. Sometime during the day as you're watching, leave a comment on our videos, and we'll put everybody's name in the spin the wheel thing, and we'll give away 4 packs of these basic jewels. So you'll have, we won't do the spin today because we know not everybody can watch live, so we want to give everybody some time to catch up. So we'll probably do the spin sometime tomorrow. So leave us a comment. You might get to win these rhinestones. All right, let's get busy. Remember, I said that I was, that so many of the products here from this suite coordinated with other products. So I'm mostly coordinating with the On the Horizon paper because I think it coordinates well with this. But we're also going to use the stamps from this set. So a little bit of both here and there. We're going to mix and match. So the first thing I'm going to do is stamp some Pelicans. Gosh, I don't think I planned a piece of paper for that. We'll use this scrap piece here. And we can get quite a bit of stamping done on that large of a piece. I love this suite too, Cherie. It's really pretty. It's one that makes you be a little more creative, which we all need. We don't need to be cookie cutter. Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and stamp 2 of these, maybe 3, just in case we mess up. His little beak didn't come out very good there. And we might as well do another one. I can always make another card. And while we have the black ink out, I want to use this sentiment, your strength is an inspiration. And see if I can find a scrap big enough. That should be. If not, we'll find a different one. shaky hands. It's 8 o'clock in the morning for me. I'm hardly awake. Oh, that's better. Okay, we'll put this one to the side and we'll get busy on our card. I'm going to cut out one of these pelicans just so I'm not working with such a large piece of paper. Now we're going to color this. And I pulled out my blends, some of the new natural tone blends, plus I think I did crumb cake. So, of course, this is personal choice of how you would like your colors done. Actually, you could let that pelican almost be like a pale blue. So he looks like a white pelican. I'm going to use crumb cake on him. Just lightly give him some color. I don't know. Should have looked up what pelicans look like. What colors they come in. Do that next time. He's just barely colored there. And some So Saffron on his beak, bill. I guess that's more of a bill than... I'm going to put a little yellow on him too. And then we'll color our piles. Is that what they're called at the beach? Not real sure. Leave some little highlights here and there. These cards, you know, I'm a quick and easy, fast girl. I hate to tell you, these cards are a little more detailed than what I usually do, but I still love them. So, well, we'll add some dark. Sometimes you just have to branch out and do something a little out of your comfort zone. And that's what this is today. And then we'll just darken these ropes. So you can see them a little better. I will be so anxious to see what the other ladies are doing. I think that's pretty good there. Move those out of the way since we have so much stuff. I also decided, since this is it's on the water, we're gonna make the wood be wet. A little bit of Wink of Stella. The water's been splashing on that, in my mind. It gives it just a little bit of shine. Wink of Stella always makes things better. Let's hope we have the dies for this. I don't know why I have that. Okay. So we'll cut that out, and we'll go ahead and cut this one while we're doing the same both at the same time. I'll put these on the cut and emboss machine. I hope that I get them fairly straight. This will fit perfect on there. Now for most of these cards, I believe we'll probably post some directions for you later in the day or tomorrow. So if you want to come back and get measurements, we'll have them for you. Just dropped my plate. Okay, we'll put that one where we can get to it again. Now we have our sentiment and our pelican. So we need to do a little bit of cutting and a little more die cutting. So I chose this piece of on the horizon paper, and we're going to make a, or is this a joy? It's not a joy fold. I don't know what these are called. Can't remember. So we need to cut this paper to go on these two panels. I believe this is 2 1/8, so our paper can be 2. But we're going to do it at 4. Because I want these to match. And I want both of these panels to match. Let me shut the door because I'm sorry, the construction people are here, so get ready for some noise. But we want these to match, and since this is going to be 5 1/4, I want to cut a little off of each end. So let's cut that. Now when I cut this into a panel of 2, then it will be the same. Now see, this little piece, we're going to use it, so we don't want to throw it away. This side is gorgeous too. You kind of hate to use it up because it's so pretty. Now you could easily do this with the Waves of Inspiration paper, but I thought this was more beachy. My goodness, I think I need to trim this just a tiny bit more. Ooh, I hate to trim with glue, but we can do it. So this was 2, we'll cut 1/8 off. Yeah, that was not quite enough, was it? Great. That worked perfect. Put that to the side. We'll go ahead and do this one. All right. It's always great to get your measurements goofy. Now that's a better better look. And then put this one here. See where I wanted those to be the same. We're going to put a piece of just white here for our sentiments. No, but it's nice to be able to rescue that. This is going to be just a card you write a message on. It doesn't have to have an inside sentiment quite so much. Now that's the start. Now we need our panel that will go on here. Our little pelican's going to go there. But we want this to look a little fancier. So we're going to cut another piece of our on the horizon paper to go on here. And it's just going to be matted with white. So let's see, this white piece is 2.5 by 3.5. So we'll cut this one down just 1/8 from that. And we only need the top sky part. Let's see. Sorry, they're distracting me here with all their talking. It's hard enough. I'm not very good with numbers, or money. All right, let's see what this looks like. There, I think we got it. So now we're going to do some layering here. All our little pieces. Kind of hard to decide which side of this paper to use, but I don't want it stormy. Always the hardest part for me. I get things crooked. Alrighty. We got a couple more things to do. So like I said, this is much fancier than I usually do. Now I wanted to put, do you see how this can have something running through it? I didn't really want fancy ribbon or anything, so I decided a piece of this paper that looks like wood. It's from Tasteful, is that what it is? Tasteful something. I call it the Joanna Gaines paper. Shiplap. And we're just going to give it a little end on it like it's a piece of wood. Driftwood. And we won't really like that. We can do a little better than that. Yeah. So we'll cut another one. So it looks like a piece of wood right from the ocean. I know we all like ribbon and twine, but I wanted something a little different. So that's what we got. Now we've got that, and we'll be able to put that at the bottom of our panel. I think we can put that on we'll go ahead and use Tombow, and we'll put a little under here, just hold it in place. We don't want to, doesn't need much. That'll look good. Okay, and now we can put this on our card, our little panel front. Somebody needs to tell me what kind of fold this is called. I can't remember. We have too many folds, fun folds. Okay, of course our little pelican's going to go on here. We'll just put that on with Tombow. Have him sit right there. He can even come off the panel a little bit. Afraid to put too much there. Now we need some of those birds. Get that glue up. Seagulls. So I'm going to use a piece of scrap black, and I'm going to put adhesive sheet on the back. Doesn't take much. We'll go ahead and put I'm pretty sure my next card has seagulls too, so we might use both pieces. Now we'll cut out some seagulls. Now remember I told you we're going to use this little piece. We're going to put some adhesive on it also. This is one of the things that's a little fussier than I usually do, but that's okay. Like I said, sometimes we got to do fussy. Now in the dies here, we have these clouds, and then the clouds have a little overlay to give them some dimension. So we're going to do that with the little bit of blue. That we want that blue to show. And then now we need these birds. And then we'll be done. So we'll cut out our birds, cut out our blue, and then we need a cloud just out of a piece of white. Sometimes it's the little details that matter. Put that in the cut and emboss machine. We'll be about done with card number 1. I saw Jamie posted the Beach Boys. That's where we would like to be today, at the beach. Jekyll Island, St. Simon's, Destin. I'll take any beach. All right, let's see what we can do here. Now here's our little cloud, and we've got these I don't know what that's called. Oh, the, well, sculpture part of the cloud, but it makes it look fluffy. And you could use just white. But you see how that little bit of blue kind of makes it a little more interesting. And of course you could just use Tombow if you don't have any adhesive, but I like this adhesive for little pieces. These little pieces are tricky. There's that, and then here comes our little seagulls. Could also put some of those pretty blue rhinestones on this card, but I don't think I planned on that, so I hope somebody else will use them. Okay, so I want this to be hanging off the edge. That always adds a little interest. So we'll put that right about there. Now we'll get our little seagulls going and we'll be done. More or less. Put one there. Okay, now we can put this on our card front. We want to make sure we get it on there in the right place. So I usually take a pencil and just kind of give it a mark so I'll know where to put my dimensionals. Or, let's see if I have any don't think I have any foam pieces hanging around, so we'll use dimensionals. Sometimes I have extra little strips. I'm glad you like this, and thanks for letting me know. Just using, you know, all you have to do is kind of think outside the box and know that all our products coordinate so well. There's bound to be a way to use them together. Oh, good morning, Rosalind. And Suzette, good morning to you. It's nice to see you ladies this morning. I wish I could see you. But after this, I get to enjoy all the other presentations. Okay. So here's our first card. If you want to decorate this part, you certainly can. I thought about taking a blending brush and putting a little blue sky there, but we'll wait and see. See how the pilings look like they've got water on them? And I can see that little bit of glue there, so we'll pull that off. All right, first card with our pelican. You know I stamped a second pelican, so you know we're going to use that also. So let's put this one to the side and we'll start on our next card. It's a little more involved than I usually do, but that's okay. We're going to use the On the Horizon again. All these pieces for our card. I don't have a card base. I need one of those. Let's grab one and we'll get started. Now, I saw this idea from another demonstrator, but of course I changed it up. So that's the good part of when you see other things, then you know you can do that yourself. So we'll put these to the side, and this will be our card front right here, the basic white. But we're going to cut a porthole in it right here. I think that's what we'll call it. So I'm going to run that through the cut and emboss machine and cut our porthole. And I can use this circle for, something else. I might use it for the sentiment. We'll see. Okay. Now we're going to do a little stamping, finally, here. This is this huge wave. Does this remind you of that Asian lithograph that's so popular with the wave on it? And it's actually called the wave. If you were making a lot of these, I would use my Stamparatus to do this stamping, because this is such a big stamp. But today we're doing one, so we're going to just use our hands. And here we go. I'm going to stamp this with Night of Navy. And since this is one of those big ones, it's easier to stamp it, ink it up this way. So if you have a brayer, that would help with your ink. I don't have one, or I don't know where it is anymore. And I want this to be right at the edge, the bottom edge of my paper. And I don't mind that wave is coming up through the porthole, and you'll see why. I'll push hard. Oh, poo. Let's, we can do that and it'll be all right. You won't notice that. You'll see why. Now, I want this to kind of coordinate with this paper, because look, I'm going to have that island coming up there, so I need some purple to fill in. So we're going to use some Highland Heather and Fresh Freesia. I guess that's an island. I'm not real sure what that is. We'll call it an island. Landscape. So we're going to use some Fresh Freesia. We're not even going to worry about this being a wave anymore. It's just going to be water. And now we can add some Highland Heather. Just to darken it up. Okay. I'll put this out of the way. Sorry, I'm laughing at those construction guys. Now, portholes have to have a window. So we're gonna have a window and our card, and we want it to look wavy. So we're gonna run it through the cut and emboss machine with the bark embossing folder. If I can find it. Let's see where I put it. Oh, there it is. So we can run both of these through at the same time. And it will give our paper a watery look. So see how that gave that a watery look, and now our window sheet has a watery look. And we will put this behind our porthole. Looks like I need to trim that just a tiny bit. I think I can do that with my scissors. Oh, maybe I could just, no, I don't want to turn it the other way. The water would be going the wrong direction. There we go. Can you see how that makes it look wavy? All right, we'll put that on with some tearing tape because I don't think plastic will stick with glue at all. I hope the construction noise isn't going to be too... They're going to drill a hole in the wall in a little while. So I'm trying to get done so we don't have to hear that. All right. This is getting there. All right, now we can put this on a piece of Misty Moonlight. So Misty Moonlight is retiring this year. If this is one of your favorite colors, you'll want to stock up on it. But I will tell you, we have a new pretty blue that I think might just end up being fairly close to, a little brighter than Misty Moonlight, but still a nice blue that's not as dark as Night of Navy. I have no idea what the name of it is. I can't remember. Something about starry night or stars. Not real oops, I can't do that. We gotta put the we gotta put our island here. Let's see how we want that island to be coming up out of that wave. Right about there. There we go. So now we can trim this down. That was scary. See, that's what I get for talking. At the same time, I'm trying to craft. Probably look, it doesn't matter what this looks like on the back, thank goodness. Nobody will know. I should have used the paper trimmer. It already had tape on it. So we don't want that kind of mess. I have had to clean my paper trimmer off with Goo Gone when I've pulled a stunt like that. This is going to be a masterpiece. All right, we got more stamping to do. Now we'll use these circles that are left over. And remember I told you they'd come in handy. we're going to stamp some rocks from on the horizon. Boulders. And I'm not sure if we want smoky slate or basic gray. Maybe some of each. Let's see. We'll do one basic gray one. And then we have some smaller boulders we'll do with crumb cake. And I think I need one more. We can't use that scrap. No piece left behind. How's that? Not even the teeny tinies. We do have to fussy cut these, unfortunately. But they're pretty easy because you don't have to worry about the edge. They look like rocks. While I'm fussy cutting, tomorrow you'll be able to see the retiring list. It'll be called the last chance list. That means it's your last chance to get products from the annual catalog. It's only the annual catalog you need to worry about. And of course, that's while products last. If they're once they're sold out, you won't be able to get them. So if you wanted some in-color jewels or the in-color re-inkers, you need to get those as fast as possible. Some things will be discounted and some won't. We don't know either until we see it tomorrow. And I think the list comes out tomorrow at 1 Mountain Time, so that's 3 Eastern Time. Is it 12 Pacific for you? I never can get those time zones. But 1 Mountain Time, you do the math. And there's our boulders. And shop early if you have your heart set on any of those products. I do like those in color jewels. They might carry over. They might not. I don't. We never know. And if you're a demonstrator, you'll get to see the new catalog for next year. So that would be a perfect time to join as a hobby demonstrator. So you could see the new catalog. And then in April, we get to order from the new catalog. Only demonstrators, though. It's always a good time to join Stampin' Up. No obligations. Just shop for fun. There we go. We're getting there. We need our little Pelican. I wonder where he is that we stamped earlier. Let's pick one that, this one looks like he's stamped pretty good. We can color him about the same way. With our blends. Oh, embossing vellum and acetate is always fun. It just gives it a nice look. give it a try. I love embossed vellum. Run it through the embossing foot machine. You know you can color on vellum, but it's best to color on the back side. And that way the ink won't smear. And then you glue it down, it'll be on the back side of your paper. And then you have lots of pretty colors of vellum. So many fun things. Someday I'm going to practice coloring and become an expert, or need a class. That looks pretty good. Put a little dark around the edges. And I think I'm going to take the crumb cake and blend those colors a little bit. You can use your blending pen, but sometimes just using a lighter color will also do a good job of blending. And of course we're going to make this look like it's wet with a little bit of Winko Stella. Now, since I have to run this through the machine, I'll go ahead and do our sentiment. It's going to be happy birthday. This is going to be a good masculine card, or for somebody that just loves the beach. And this time we'll use the smaller die. It still has the little holes, so of course we'll use some twine for this one. I had to order twine because I was totally out. I'm not sure how that happened, but it does. You use your products, you're going to run out of stuff. All right, now we can cut our pelican at the same time. And then I think we'll be ready to assemble our card. Which is a good thing. It sounds pretty loud downstairs. Okay. Oh, we have one more thing to just add a little more interest to our card here. We're going to cut a double circle to fill in our porthole. So these are the layering circles. And if I just put them together, it's kind of a real tight fit, but you can still get them to cut. And while we're doing that, I'll go ahead and cut a cloud This time we're going to use the larger cloud. And there we go. And I think I won't do the adhesive this time. Since it's larger, I think we can use a little Tombow. You guys know this is hard for me. I don't usually do an hour. But with so many fun products to share, I guess that's what happens. Put all of these to the side, punch this little cloud out, punch our porthole out. Because that's such a tight fit, it really struggles to get that second circle. But our Pelican's going to cover that up, so we can trim it with our scissors and it won't show. If you were concerned about it showing, you could cut them separately, but I was doing the shortcut today by putting them in there together. This just gives it a little more effect that really is a porthole. So we're going to use some of the snail because this will stick better to the acetate. There we go. And it fits nice and tight in there. All right, we're ready. Let's get this going. Put some snail on this one. I could have made these ahead of time, but I didn't. It's really interesting how these clouds get so puffy with that second layer. Put that right about there. Floating over that porthole. And here's where the magic's going to come in. I'm going to put all these rocks down here because we're at the beach. We're at the rocky shores, maybe Driftwood Beach at Jekyll Island. And we'll just do some layering. Make a little beach scene. You see how we're going to cover this up so you just have water hitting the shore. And we'll put this one on with dimensionals. Let it hang off the edge a tiny bit. I'll put this one here, a dimensional, and a little bit of Tombow. And I think we need another rock here, but we don't need the whole double one, so we're just going to cut that. We might end up using the other one, we'll see. And we need our sentiment. So we need to use some twine. And then we'll just get this all straight. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. We had no idea this was going to happen today, so I'm sorry you're hearing all that noise. But hopefully it won't be so bad. I'm going to fold this in half and run that through. We'll wrap that around and tie it in a knot. Doesn't need to be a bow, just a nice knot. We might fray the edges. Be nice if I could do a fisherman's knot, but I'm not that talented. There, need to be strong. And we'll trim that off. Now, where's our second little rock? There he is. We're gonna put that one right there. We'll use a mini dimensional and some Tombow. Hold that one in place. Almost done. I think we could use that other boulder. Let's trim that little wonky side off. Could we put that one down there? Yeah, that'll work. Just cut as many boulders as you feel like, and you can just fill up the beach. All right, now it's time for our pelican. First, I want to dress him up a little bit too. I don't want him to feel left out. So that we're going to do something. We're going to take a piece of our twine, just a short piece. Remember the rope that's on there? We're going to add our own rope to the pilings. And peel that off. I'm telling you, this is a card for somebody special. You just wouldn't do this for just about anybody. There's our tape is going to hold that twine down. We'll put our pelican on there. It's like a little bit too much. Coming right up out of that pile of rocks. And guess what? We need a few more little things. We're going to cut some grass. This is from Dandy Wishes. These. But I bet you have grass from other, all kinds of sets have grass in them. We have so many choices here. I do want to add some birds to this, but since we've been going for an hour, we're going to pretend those birds are on there, and I will add them later. If I keep going, you'll be able to see Jamie right after me, or Claudia. I think Claudia's next at 12-ish beach time. Alright, we'll put some of our seagrass. Could do this in browns, like if it was sea oats. But I just had pear pizzazz scraps here, so. Snip that off. Well, better leave that alone. I don't know that I can snip it. There we go. And one more. And now we're almost done. We got the final touch here. We got pebbles. So we're going to add pebbles to our beach scene and we'll be done. We'll add the birds later. If these have been out of stock, they're in stock now, and they're so popular. They go with so many different sets. So all we just have to do is add some pebbles to our beach scene. And we'll kind of cover up our rocks. We'll add another one here. I like these brown ones, or they add a new color. How's that? Okay, so there's our card. We'll put a couple little seagulls up there, but I don't want to make you watch any longer. They do have a couple things to share with you. So like I said, it's always fun to emboss your vellum or your acetate, and it gives you a different look than just plain. So you might want to consider that. I paired my cards today with On the Horizon. These two cards. Let's see, I did some others. This one I did, it uses the Designer Series paper, and it uses the foil and the wave, but this is from the Whale Done. My love for you is bigger than the ocean. So if you have the Whale Done stamp set, then it would work perfect with this bundle. And let's see, this one is Friends Are Like Seashells, Love You to the Beach and Back. And I did the paper, the foil. This is and I used the shiny pearlized paper for the seashells. And a couple of the gems. So that came out pretty. This is Friends Are Like Seashells, and it's a note card. This is the splatter embossing folder. I cut banners out of some of the Designer Series paper, and then I heat embossed white on the foil with the seashell, Friends Are Like Seashells stamps. And then I just twirled, oh, you see that meshy ribbon we had I put behind it? So it came out pretty. So I've got 4 different versions for you. Well, 5 when we add our springtime tree. All using this bundle. So lots of choices for you. I hope this will entice some of you to purchase parts, maybe bits and pieces of this bundle. So thanks for joining me. I'm sorry it went over. No, it didn't go over. We are on beach time. Remember, we can do whatever we want. And make sure you tune in at 12 Eastern time so you can see Claudia. And make sure you leave comments so that you can hopefully win some beautiful basic jewels. All right, talk to you later. I'll see you online. Bye.